Tuesday, September 12, the 255th day of 2023. There are 110 days left in the year. Good morning, MB, guiding you through In the Know on K105 on Litchfield's Country Station 103.9 The Moose. Live online at K105.com via the Apple and Android smartphone app using the SoundCloud, iTunes, or Spotify podcast, on Facebook, on YouTube, on the platform formerly known as Twitter. And the hashtag is In the Know. Coming up today, we'll update you on the latest news headlines from around the community, the county, the Commonwealth, and the country. Look back on all the remembrances of the 9/11 day yesterday. We'll tell you about that and a whole lot more coming up today here on In the Know. He is the 5-time winner of the coveted Ohio Newshawk Award. He's the 2-time Silver Sound nominee, covering every corner of the globe: London, Budapest, Rio, Tokyo, and even Litchfield. He's Sam Gormley and the Sparks. Morning, Sam.
Morning, Ralph.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad. You were on the pitch yesterday?
Yeah, we were. Grayson County Lady Cougars picked up a 4-1 win against Breckenridge County.
Dry day.
It was.
It was
very dry.
But it was mild.
It was a little warm setting up, but then once we got situated under our handy-dandy tent, it was pretty comfortable.
Indoors tonight?
No.
Not tonight?
No, we're back on the pitch tonight.
Oh, you're back on the pitch tonight.
No, we're not.
You have volleyball sometime this week, don't you?
Next Thursday.
All right. I'm looking forward to that.
The Lady Cougars are on the road at Whitesville Trinity tonight, too.
I see.
So good luck to them. And then the boys soccer team as well is at Edmondson. So the boys are at Edmondson, girls host Edmondson today, and it's senior night for the girls as well.
Couldn't they just meet somewhere in the middle? Could they meet somewhere about B Spring and play and just...
No, because cell phone service doesn't exist there.
Oh, that's true.
I guess it exists more in B Spring than it does in Brownsville, probably.
I think it gets worse as you go. I mean, it just, in general. Over there in chair number 3, we say good morning and welcome back. First Baptist Church Litchfield knows him as their worship and discipleship minister. You and I lovingly know him as... Oh, we left out the Internal Revenue Service. Oh, that's Tennessee Cook. You and I lovingly know him as Cornelius. Morning, Humble Bumble.
Wow.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Did you have a great time with friends and family down on the hill?
I did.
On Saturday?
Gracie and I enjoyed the game while the student was actually in his dorm, so that was good.
The student left the family at the game?
Yeah. Yes.
You went to visit the family, but family was a no-show?
Well, it was awkward. Family met student at restaurant.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
and
all
once
right.
restaurant was over, student went to said dorm.
Probably important test.
Oh, look at my kiddos.
Probably wasn't it a test that he had to study for, the reason that he went back to the dorm room?
How did you know?
I knew. Well,
he said, I've got homework tonight.
Is that a thing?
He's thriving in academia. Yeah, what are you doing with your hands there? Is that a gang sign? That's a gang sign.
Southern Dad does that on social media when he sees his neighbors and he waves at people. And I've adopted that.
I thought you were doing it as a W.
Maybe that's the new thing right there.
And it's.
I think it's just the angle of what that looked like. But if I was putting up some sort of inappropriate sign, I apologize because I had no idea. I was just doing the Southern Dad wave that I do to my kids.
Yeah, see, it looks like it's a W.
That's kind of cool now. So that's pretty much gone viral the way that I see it.
I thought it was a W myself. So
Yeah.
or at least I thought that was your attempt at a
Western.
W.
Yeah, that's it.
I did make the assessment yesterday, and
Okay.
I'll give you an opportunity to refute this.
Look how cute
or
this
offer
is.
some level of rebuttal or defense.
I would love to.
Over the course of the summer, I think maybe it was June or sometime similar, you came back with your first WKU trinket. Okay. There was something you said. It might have been a lanyard.
I think it was.
You said,
I think I have.
I'm going to have a student at WKU. I got to get some WKU merch, and I think you were really proud of your lanyard.
Yeah, I loved it.
Matter of fact, you had it on in your photo.
Oh.
But but I've noticed it seemed like you've kind of gone gangbusters and all gung-ho with the Hilltopper merch. You didn't stop with the symbolism of the lanyard. You've kind of gone. You have a trucker hat on, WKU trucker hat on in that photograph. So, well, okay, maybe not quite a trucker hat, but
Yeah,
it's tall enough.
I'd classify it as a.
Yeah.
So what
look pretty good
do you have to say? Are you?
I-
Is
I-
it because you don't have any UK gear that fits?
You know, is the plaintiff giving a testimony here, or am I allowed to have a rebuttal, Your
And he's-
Honor?
Is he wearing long sleeves to cover the big red tattoos up and down each of his
No,
arms?
that's a polo shirt. I will say, I'm not hiding my fandom. You know, I am a season ticket holder. I like to say that. It sounds really good. I think the total cost was like $48. But you know, I didn't have any WKU gear. I never even followed WKU. But when one of your kids goes to a university or school like that, you are now a fan by default, and I'm all in. So I picked up some cheap merch, and that was Trey's hat.
This
that I
just
borrowed.
in, I've heard Gracie is pursuing a master's in culinary arts at the University of Louisville.
Well, I love her, but there is a line.
Okay, I was just wondering where
Okay.
that line is.
There is a line. That is the line. That's really the only line. So
She's an adult. She's on her own.
Do you have your red towel yet?
I don't have a red towel, but I have some of Alex's at home of the 40 that he has.
Are
That
you working?
He doesn't use.
Are you working on any remixes of Stand Up and Cheer in the Cook Ranch Music Lab?
I did sing it every time during the game, and Grace was like, "Dad, the 8th time was plenty."
Or have you learned?
Overcompensating.
Have you
Yes.
learned how to sing the alma mater?
No. I barely remember my alma mater from my undergraduate degree.
No, because it's always funny. They always play it and nobody knows the words, and everyone just has to stand there and like, yeah.
It's kind of like my
happening.
old Kentucky home until they get to Weep No More, My Lady.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. That's
Spot
true.
on. Hey, cooler, cloudy today. Scattered showers. We're seeing some scattered showers. Even currently, we're seeing some drizzle, cold front coming through. We'll top out about 76 today. We'll get down into the 50s overnight with some evening clouds, but then some evening showers, and the clouds will clear overnight. Then tomorrow, sunny, and it'll be a nice day, a high of 76. So hopefully the lawns and the leaves and all that will be a little bit more nice to look at tomorrow after they get a little bit of rain. Yesterday, our nation looked back on the September 11th, 22nd anniversary since 9/11 of 01, and that dark day in our history. So there at Ground Zero, at Shanksville, even in Louisville, outside their firehouses, they played Amazing Grace, and flags went to half staff, I think, at some point in time during the day yesterday. So just throughout the country, there were different celebrations. I don't know if I guess they probably planned it. You know, they know what they're doing when they schedule. But the fact that the Jets were hosting Monday Night Football on September 11th, and with all the hubbub and the blow up and the energy and the excitement over the Jets, it was really neat to hear the national anthem sung before the game last night. You know how I feel about like voices in unison, that type of thing. So it was a powerful moment. Somebody from the FD, from the police department, NYPD, sang the national anthem, but asked the crowd to sing along. So everybody was
wow.
on their feet, big flag, everything. So last night was just a crazy night. I don't typically watch Monday Night Football, but I wanted to be okay. What's Aaron Rodgers going to do? It was poetic the way the whole night went. On the fourth snap, he tears his Achilles. I'm pretty sure his Achilles tendon is severed, and so he's out for the season.
Wow.
Based upon what I saw, and you thought, oh, here we go. It's the same old Jets now. We're back to last year. And they managed to win in overtime on a walk-off punt return by Xavier Gibson, who was involved in the Hard Knock series because he came down to a last-minute keeper cut. Mm-hmm. And so being able to follow his story on Hard Knocks and then seeing him in that moment in overtime take that punt, and it was one of the best punt returns I've ever seen from a blocking standpoint and from his ability to migrate it. But just on that day in New York, well, technically New Jersey, but the New York Jets on that day, the place just erupted. And if you're a fan of sports, you had to like it, and just the drama. I mean, they couldn't have written the script. The entire year has been Aaron Rodgers. On his fourth snap, he's out for the season. And then for them to go on and win against a Buffalo team was remarkable. So, did you watch any, Sam?
I got home about halftime. So I got to watch the second half. I watched the Manning cast.
I did. I watched the Manning cast as well and really like it.
Yeah. I can't watch if it was a Bengals game, I would not be able to watch the Manning cast. But if it's two teams that the AFC, since it's that, I have interest in it, but it's not like I have a feeling about either team. And I enjoyed, like, Ryan Fitzpatrick on there was fun. And I like it because they obviously all three have a relationship, and they were giving each other, jabs and
There's
putting
something
the
wrong about
shirtless
his
picture of Eli
microphone.
up
It
there.
was muffled. His audio was muffled.
Well,
compared to earpieces.
Yeah, he was using clearly like AirPods.
He's
or
got
something.
all that hair too, so I was wondering if the sound was getting caught up in his beard.
Yeah, it's clear that they don't. I mean, Eli and Peyton have the lav,
Right.
but it's clear that any of their guests that ever come in use AirPods or something along the lines of that.
So we can't get bogged down in it. We'll talk about it later. Perhaps we'll even talk about it off air. But Saturday evening, I did watch the fourth quarter of the Alabama game. I watched the Pat McAfee show broadcast just to see what it was all about. And so
Something tells me it's not your cup of tea.
you might be surprised.
Really?
I mean, that probably is what prompted me to watch the Manning cast last night.
I was going to say because, well, I guess you saw a very toned down version of the Pat McAfee show.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Because it had to be clean on television.
That's exactly
Either that
right.
or their poor producers would.
To show you how much people were paying attention to Aaron Rodgers, there's a story from the Associated Press yesterday that was published at 4:18 Central Time that basically credited Aaron Rodgers for settling the Disney Spectrum squabble.
Okay.
Because if Aaron Rodgers has as much influence on the football field as he apparently had in ending a multi-billion-dollar business dispute, the New York Jets will be very happy. Well, they got 4 plays out of him.
I think just the NFL in general, too. Because, the NFL's the king.
I agree with you. And Charter needed Disney more than Disney needed Charter. Because there was a way for people to get Disney products not involving Charter. There was, so.
So how did the backup QB do?
He did well. I mean, didn't
Zach
do well
Wilson?
immediately, but then he basically did not cost them the game. He did not win them the game. He did not cost them the game.
Okay.
The defense is responsible for the win. Special teams got the winning score, but basically that's what you can hope for in a Zach Wilson
then-
is don't hurt us.
Garrett Wilson, the wide receiver, made an unbelievable catch, too, on not the greatest throw in the world. I mean, he was a top-level pick a couple of years ago, so they still have high expectations for him, but they kind of sent him away. And, I mean, Mike White started over him a lot last year.
So now the Jets have the highest paid, quarterback coach in the history of the NFL.
Pretty much.
You know who I wondered about on the dog pile last night? I saw Randall Cobb run in there, and I thought,
He's got the experience. But he's also
true. I mean, they brought Randall Cobb specifically for Aaron Rodgers, and now they got no Aaron Rodgers, so do they need Cobb? But maybe Cobb will be the influence on the receiving core, like Rodgers has clearly. If you watch Hard Knocks, you'll know. I mean, Rodgers was kind of a coach on the field, guiding all the positions, not just the quarterback room.
Well, I did appreciate the edits that had Tom Brady in the Jets jersey saying, he's back.
Well, I mean, stranger things have happened, I suppose.
I would say Brett Favre, but he's in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, probably not. Local food pantries across Kentucky have more space to store food items thanks to a $40,000 USDA grant that was awarded to the Kentucky Department of Agriculture. It was announced yesterday. The KDA partnered with the statewide organization Feeding Kentucky to distribute funding to its 7 member food banks. The food banks in turn determined where the funds had the most impact. Nearly all the funding was used to purchase standalone freezer and cooler units. Now, there's a network of these food distribution centers in these food banks, and I would imagine that ours is downstream of one of the 7 that, the 7 larger ones across the state. So my presumption is anything that's good for one of the 7, either directly or indirectly, is good for our Grayson County Alliance food pantry. So that's one of the reasons that I brought you the information today. The Office of the State Budget Director announced yesterday both general fund and road fund revenue increased in August over a year ago, putting both funds well on the way to exceed budget estimates for fiscal year ending June 30, 2024. I got hard to believe the end of the fiscal year that we're in now is going to be halfway through the year 2024.
Yep.
Time flies when you're having fun. Former Cincinnati Bengals defensive back Pac-Man Jones, also former Titan. Who else did he play for? Played
Cowboys,
for the Bengals, played for the.
I
He
think
did
might
play
have
for
had
the.
might have had a cup of coffee with the Cowboys.
He was arrested early yesterday after police responded to a report of an unruly passenger at the Northern Kentucky International Airport. belongs to Kentucky, by the way. Jones was booked on misdemeanor counts of alcohol intoxication, disorderly conduct, and terroristic threatening. Details weren't immediately released, but he told one of the TV stations there after he was released that he asked to be moved to another seat because the phone charger for the 2 seats he had purchased wasn't working and was told they would have to turn the plane around. He denied being intoxicated and also rejected the terrorist threat allegation. He said, "I'm hurt. This is embarrassing."
Well, the last part's right.
If this were an isolated incident, I might have a tendency to go, "Oh, okay, I understand." But trouble seems to follow him wherever he goes, or at least has throughout the majority of his life.
I do give him credit. He has cleaned up a lot in the
Has he?
last 5. I mean, he has adopted Chris Henry, who is the Bengals wide receiver who died, he's been about 15 years ago,
Yeah.
who was in a lot of trouble himself. He adopted his sons.
Good for him.
And Chris Henry's youngest son is a freshman and is already committed to Ohio State. And it's wild seeing his son play and growing up watching Chris Henry. It's like, my goodness, like this is him. Like
He's a
this
facsimile of him.
Exactly. So he's at least now. This is obviously a bad look, but my hope is that it's not as bad as it is.
He went through during his playing career, though. He was
Yeah,
he was in the
100%.
news for wrong reasons about once a week.
On
it seemed
behalf
like.
of all 80s retro geeks, I would like to start a proposal that he change his name from Pac-Man to like Pitfall.
He doesn't like Pac. He wants just Adam Jones now.
Well,
he wants to get rid of Pac-Man.
We also want to remove Pac-Man from
Is that
his-
because of the stigma of his playing career? Of course, it was.
Correct.
Didn't he get that name because he was so little and his helmet was so big that when
To
he
be
ran,
honest,
it looked like a Pac-Man? I think that was what I understood was when he was with the Titans. That's why.
See, I
explained it.
honestly don't know that I've ever known the nickname as to why he got it.
Mark Stoops spoke to the media yesterday at Kroger Field. He did not give any details on Liam Cohen, but did just mention they're preparing to.
He did get emotional. I mean,
yeah,
he even
yeah, he-
said that this is the first time I've ever gotten emotional in one of these press conferences.
Yeah, and you even on his radio show last night, outpouring for Liam Cohen and his health and prayers for him, and so I know they appreciate it. He said, "We'll be fine. We've got it under control. We've worked really extremely hard after a challenging day. We had a good work night and got some things in place. We will move forward and get corrections made from this past game, etc." So, I mean, if they have him, that'll be great. If they don't, they've got to, seemingly a workaround for that.
I tell him, I mean, even if you're we'll see you next week.
Yes,
Like,
that's
like,
right.
just-
Make sure
it's
you're
not-
ready to come
yeah,
back.
There's no point in Akron.
Well, you would hope.
I mean, but I think somebody can fill in as the offensive coordinator for one game, and you'll be able to keep on going.
Aaron Rodgers.
Maybe
He's free.
You're a season ticket holder. Maybe they can put the headset on you and have
That
you
would
call
be
it.
awesome.
Eli Cox was named the SEC Offensive Lineman of the Week for the second time in his career. The Vandy UK kickoff time has been set. It will be a noon kickoff. I believe that's noon Eastern time on
Correct.
the SEC network down in Nashville on the 23rd. Kickoff on Saturday night against the Zips of Akron is
In
at
the-
6:30.
Glorified high school football stadium that is Vandy right now.
Oh yeah. It'll just be funny to see that on television. The way that, and hopefully it's a better place than it was before. But I've been to that stadium several times, and you're right. It feels kind of like high school.
They
stadium.
ration the media food, so I'm always mad about them there.
We got to get to a break. We'll come back. We got plenty more on the way. Ran across a list yesterday of funny town names. We ran across a deeper list. We'll share those with you, and also the top 5 fall foliage viewing spots coming up. That's here on In the Know.
What do you call someone who puts your family's interests ahead of their own? Someone who takes time to listen without rushing you or passing judgment. Someone you can count on to help guide you through one of life's most difficult times. At Watkins Funeral Home, we call someone like that a friend of the family. For families making funeral arrangements in Litchfield, there's only one thing you need to know. You've got a friend at Watkins Funeral Home. For more information, visit us online at rogers-watkins.com.
For more than 70 years, Owensboro Health Twin Lakes Medical Center has cared for the health of our friends, neighbors, and family members in Grayson County and beyond. We've celebrated every beautiful newborn, every successful surgery, and every healed injury. Owensboro Health Twin Lakes Medical Center is focused on finding solutions to your health challenges. As part of the Owensboro Health System, we want to keep you healthy. We want to make you proud.
McDonald's presents Burger Reviews by Hamburglar. Today's review, the best ever Big Mac burger. Take it away, Hamburglar.
Rubble, rubble.
He said, there's more special sauce in every bite.
Rubble, rubble.
He said, rubble, rubble.
Rubble, rubble.
Rubble, rubble indeed, my friend.
Buy McDonald's Best Big Mac and get a free order of medium fries. Only in the app. Offer valid once per day through October 2nd at participating McDonald's. Excludes tax. Must opt into rewards.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Thinking about furthering your education? At Elizabethtown Community and Technical College, you'll get a high-quality education close to home at a cost that won't break the bank. Enjoy small class sizes with professors who take a personal interest in your success. Scholarships are still available, making our low tuition even more affordable.
ECTC's Litchfield Classes is now enrolling for classes that start October 16th.
Visit elizabethtown.kctcs.edu to get started. ECTC, College for the
This is Kentucky, where the only thing ordinary is the unexpected.
I got everything you need.
Horse country, legendary distilleries, rivers to paddle, lakes to splash and relax, big city vibes and small town charms. This is Kentucky. Come see for yourself. Plan your road trip at KentuckyTourism.com.
I got everything you need.
Apple is set to unveil the latest iPhone today at the company's annual launch event. They're calling the event Wanderlust. It's expected to show off the iPhone 15 along with other new Apple products, including the latest Apple Watch and AirPods. The event is set for 10 a.m. Pacific. A video game developer was arrested at the Roblox conference in San Francisco on Saturday. The man allegedly assaulted several U.S. Park police officers after they refused to let Mikhail Olson enter the event at the Fort Mason Center. In 2014, Olson developed the game Vehicle Simulator. Meta's virtual reality technology is being used to train surgeons. Doctors are practicing at home while wearing the Quest 2 VR goggles that simulate medical procedures. Medical schools have also begun adding VR into the curriculum. And tech industry leaders will be on Capitol Hill this week to discuss artificial intelligence. Senators will hear from Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, and others during a closed-door meeting on Wednesday. Tech Report, Mark Mayfield, NBC.
He said, I want to see you again, but I'm stuck in colder weather. Maybe tomorrow will be better. Can I call you then? She said, you're a rambling man.
Today is Hug and High Five Day. Dennis, you and I will high five. And
Come here,
you can,
Sam.
You can hug Sam.
Get over here, buddy.
It's
Come here.
It's video. Get in here, big fella. It's Video Games Day today,
Coming in my space.
and it
Video
is
Game Day?
Video Game Day.
I could probably think.
What's
of
your favorite video game of all time? Like, I mean, was there one that you played growing up that you
Mario
were like,
Kart.
This is it, Mario Kart?
Probably the game that I loved and now miss the most is Galaga. But I did love U.S. Grand Prix. I'm trying to remember if
Pong?
My parents had the original gaming console that had Pong on it, and then I think my Uncle Tim had an Atari. But I don't think we had a gaming console for quite some time. That I recall. Now had some of those handheld games like the portable football games and all.
Yeah. I loved those.
We had some of those.
Or the basketball one.
And we had other games like we had the Speak and Spell and the Speak and Math and the I took a licking from a chicken and all kinds.
I don't know.
Dennis, do you know that game?
I don't think so.
I took a licking from a chicken.
I don't know that any of that counts.
You got to look that up. That doesn't count as a video game.
I probably played Double Dribble so much.
Double
The
Dribble.
soundtrack's memorized, but then there was nothing like going to a pizza restaurant and sitting down at the tabletop Miss Pac-Man game.
Yeah.
While you wait for your food and playing.
I did like that. Basically, at the
Coated in grease.
It's
like just
slippery. You couldn't hold on to the joystick.
It was when Mr. Gaddy's went in. What used to be a Parkway Ribeye was the restaurant that was there. Then when Mr. Gaddy's went in, that's where we would go. Middle school band camp lunch was Pizza Buffet. And so when you went in the front door, there was Cubby to the left and Cubby to the right. So there were probably 2 video games to the left and 2 to the right. And then the Pac-Man or Miss Pac-Man tabletop game was out in the restaurant somewhere. So just you couldn't wait to see what was in there. That had that karate game that was in there, that the body blow. We played that one a lot.
Awesome.
So anyway, that's some of mine.
That's good.
Some of my favorites. Yours is Super Mario?
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart is yours.
Probably the right answer, too.
That's awkward. It is also, maybe you want to change your tune because it's the National Day of Encouragement.
Yeah.
Well, I'm encouraging you to jump on my side of saying Mario Kart is the best.
You need to be
encourage you to take the day off.
Encouraging.
I'd like to take the day off.
Yesterday we had a list of, let's do by the numbers first.
Okay.
This week's by the numbers. 49% of women moisturize their face daily, but only 16% of men do. 40% of men don't know their partner's favorite flower.
Got it?
Come on, guys.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I do. Do you? Yeah. 38% of adults always go to the same place for a haircut.
That seems like a low percentage.
I thought that would be high.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause we're creatures of habit.
Yes, and maybe part of it is because of where we live. You just go where you go because you get accustomed. If you live in a larger city, maybe you're more likely to duck in here to the national franchises, so it's a technically different
Whichever
place.
one's the least busy kind of thing, just to get it done.
Yeah. 20% of office workers have a toothbrush in their desk.
No.
39% of parents admit they've used their kids as an excuse to buy a Happy Meal.
Do you have to have an excuse?
Have you used the excuse for that as far as to get the toy?
No, I've just gone up to buy the toy.
Okay, you have.
And then we're like, well, you got to buy whatever.
Buy the burger.
Okay, well, then I will.
Okay, give it to me. No, Christy does that. She'll just get just a Happy Meal because that's how much food she wants. 99% of us will not choose a middle seat when flying. Interesting. Yeah. I was like, yeah, absolutely. 100 out of 100. I will choose a different flight before I'll pick a middle seat, given a choice. If it were the only option and I had to go somewhere at a particular time, I probably would. But when given a choice and given other options, I'll take the other options every time.
Yeah.
Now, if she and I are flying together and we're in a row of 3, sometimes I'll take the middle, she'll take the inside or the outside. But by myself with strangers on both sides, I'm not sitting in the middle. Point. You can just forget it. 37% of drivers claim they have never honked their car horn.
Liars.
37%.
Blasphemy.
I mean, what about the people the other day? I drug my backpack across from the passenger seat and honked the horn of my truck with my backpack.
I wondered why you did that.
You thought I was honking at you?
I did.
So, can you go through life and even not accidentally honk the horn?
I don't.
Or is this saying on in a fit of rage? Yeah, as to make a point. I guess would be more of it.
Because
everyone even does it once just to see what your horn sounds like.
That's a very good thought. But it also goes both ways. We use the horn for multiple expressions. It says, hey.
I get that when I'm walking a lot.
Of course.
And the whistles and stuff. So I recognize that.
My neighbor loves the whole beep, beep, we're here. I'm like, okay, we don't you can just text. We don't need the, it's 11 o'clock at night. We don't need the beep, beep.
Yeah.
I do the Dukes of Hazzard, but just with the times I hit it and imagine in my head that it's doing that tune, but it doesn't. It's just the same monotone.
Oh, I see.
You know what I'm saying? I'm that guy.
You don't do the...
No, but I do like to honk coming down people's driveway if it's long. Just continue the honking process.
I'm sure you do. That sounds spot
Sorry,
on.
Mattingly family.
But you can lay on the horn or you can do the toot toot. Hey, what's going on? Hey,
Usually I have to do that coming out of a particular restaurant as they think they're going to get in the middle lane and just kind of wait for the opportunity to come over. But no, they just come over. I need to just remind people I'm alive and I exist. I'm here in my giant black truck.
11% of us have ripped our pants
how you really feel.
While exercising.
Have who or what?
11% of us have ripped our pants while exercising.
Well, you don't exercise. You don't have to worry about that.
That's right. That's the way you avoid that problem. The more funny city names, we had a list of these yesterday, and then the list goes a little bit deeper. I think that that website did 100 or so, but so we won't do that. Dull, Scotland. I don't know if that would be on my list of places where you want to go on vacation. Dull, Scotland.
Oh, I thought you said doll, like a
Barbie doll.
Yeah.
No, Dull, like Dullsville. Madagascar, there's a town called Go 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 Go.
That sounds like Gracie's next vacation spot.
Go 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 Go. Greasy, Oklahoma. George, Washington.
There you go.
I want to go.
I'd never heard of that, but I don't know why I couldn't have thought of that myself. Going, there's probably a town in Washington called George.
George Washington.
That's funny.
Humpty Doo, Australia.
Is the bridge at George Washington?
Is the bridge
George Washington Bridge?
Huh.
You heard that song?
No, I've heard of London Bridge. I've heard it's
later.
falling down. Hygiene, Colorado. Inaloo, Australia. Inaloo is a good place to do your hygiene.
Yeah, it is.
Punky Doodles Corners, Canada.
Whoa.
Embarrass, Minnesota.
There you go.
And Dinkytown, Minnesota.
I want to go there. Did Mount Carmel, Illinois make the
Want
list?
to take you to Dinkytown. Dinkytown. Here are speaking
go.
of towns, here are the top 5 U.S. spots to see fall foliage.
Should we do live remotes from the towns you just mentioned?
Sure.
We had one in Scotland yesterday, and I wasn't sure if that was your landowning.
The Worship and Discipleship Ministries travel budget for missions. Who spread the gospel to the fall foliage, to all the leaf peepers.
If that's what we're going to do, then I'll get back with you.
If we don't get more rain, we're going to have a very early fall, a very early and short fall. It's going to get so dry, the leaves are going to turn really quick. But we get a few days of rain, it'll slow down that process. The top 5 U.S. spots to see fall foliage. Number 1, the Adirondacks in New York. FBC going to fund our missions trip to the Adirondacks.
I mean, if we're going to do missions, we can talk about it.
Okay. Number 2, Cape Cod. That's in Massachusetts.
Okay. Never been to either of these places.
So we'll
yet.
swing through. We'll Adirondacks, jet out to Cape Cod.
Get some crab cakes up there.
Is the Bluegrass Parkway on this list?
It is
I don't
not,
want to
believe
give
it or not. Number 3, Gatlinburg, Tennessee. That is not surprising.
No,
a lot of people flock there. A lot of people try to go this month or even early next month. It's later than that. You got to go mid-October into early November. Okay. And the further south you go, the longer it takes fall to get there. So you keep that in mind. You could almost start in the Adirondacks and work your way south and experience really a long fall. If you want to go out west, Leavenworth, Washington. It's a short drive from George. And then number 5, Aspen, Colorado. Now, I think of Aspen, Colorado.
I know why you think of Aspen, Colorado.
I think of Aspen, Colorado of being evergreen.
Oh.
I wouldn't think that Colorado was necessarily had a lot of fall foliage. I just figured it had a whole lot of pine, aspen, cedar, that
Wasn't
type.
that where Harry and
Lloyd?
Lloyd, thank you. Wasn't that where they were headed?
Yep. Yeah. That's right, on a moped.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. I didn't remember seeing any fall foliage in there. I just saw
Well,
lots
it was
of snow.
middle winter.
It was, yeah. There was evidence of that.
All right, for debate.
Okay.
Here are the top 5 fast food chains in America.
Oh, this is going to get ugly.
Now, I'd like to say in advance, there are no substitutions for these 5.
Is this according to the KSR bracket?
This is according to...
The brackets will never be finished.
Okay.
There's
Never mind that.
So I'm just telling you.
Although I've got some complaints about that bracket.
You can shuffle the order, but you cannot substitute. These are the 5, but you can change the order if you like.
I need a notepad here.
The list, according to experts, and I find myself to be an expert.
Number 5?
Number 5, Wendy's.
Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Number 5 is Wendy's.
Okay.
Number 4, the Lord's Chicken. Chick-fil-A at number 4.
That's awful low.
Number 3,
disagree.
In-N-Out Burger.
Never had it.
Ooh. 3.
Have you had it?
Yeah.
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 Is it?
Yeah.
It's different.
Okay.
I think if I had it more often, I would come to like it and go, oh, I got to have In-N-Out Burger. But it's just so different.
I loved it.
And then there's another one of those West Coast burger places that she and I ate at when we were in
Whataburger?
Dallas.
Well, I
yeah,
guess-
Whataburger.
Yeah, I'm not in on that.
And I'd be like, no, I don't really like that. It seemed like too messy. Number 2, Dairy Queen.
No. I mean, I love our local people, but In-N-Out is not below Dairy Queen. Can't be. Sorry, go ahead.
Number 1, McDonald's.
Okay, this is...
I'm seeing some glaring omissions.
I said you can't substitute. You can shuffle the order,
I'll
but you
gladly
cannot
shuffle.
substitute.
Well, see, In-N-Out has to be 5 for me since I've never had it, so
Okay,
I
that's
can't
fair.
have an opinion on that.
That's fair. You can move that to 5.
Chick-fil-A's 4.
Okay, so
It would be.
so they're performing
It would
right
be.
there.
It would be kicked out for me.
Dennis, have you had any interest in trying that pimento cheese, that
No,
southern pimento cheese sandwich?
I only get the grilled chicken on the Cobb salad thing.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of that pimento, though. I hate pimento
I don't
cheese.
like pimento either, but I'm thinking, is there an outside chance I might like that?
Have you seen the video where they put
Pimento
the
cheese is pretty good.
macaroni and cheese on
care
top
for it.
of a spicy chicken sandwich, and they like just make it a whole big
Macaroni
thing?
and cheese on a
Did
chicken
you see that
sandwich?
video from Alex Cook? Well, I guess Alex can't eat Chick-fil-A, but I could see that being a.
Yeah.
If it was, I could see Alex Cook combining those
I'd
options.
say Chick-fil-A has to be a number 1.
You think Chick-fil-A is at 1? Now, listen, I'm telling you,
Too
there are a
high.
lot of great things that Chick-fil-A are great at. Like they are the masters at the drive-through. Like once they have figured out that
Well-
drive-through process, the double drive-through and all that, their
see,
customer service is really good.
Even the drinks, the sweet tea, the unsweet tea,
beat
the even the salads are, and the fries, the waffle fries. Like you just go
But see,
into all
here's the
areas
thing.
of food.
To be number 1, I'm talking food-wise, you have to be the top in some category. They don't have the best chicken sandwich. That's Popeyes.
Okay.
Hands down. Best fry is McDonald's.
By the way, you're not allowed to say Popeyes because we limited it to these
Well,
5.
but
Sam,
I'm going to say that because they're the best.
he just said you couldn't.
Well, I-
and secondly,
Overruled.
the fact that I'm sorry, if this comes across as me being upset, it's because I am. You've never had In-N-Out, okay? And you don't like, how many times have you had Chick-fil-A?
More than I'd like to. I mean, because here's the thing for me with
Okay.
Chick-fil-A is, I mean, and
Mute
if
channel two.
Alex didn't have the peanut allergy, he'd probably be in the same way as at Western. I mean, I lived in the same building Alex did, and I mean, what is it, Dennis? The steps to the it's
80 steps?
Yes. So I ate it a lot. So during college, that I ate Chick-fil-A so much that now it's to the point where it's like, Chick-fil-A again.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I mean,
got it. So-
I can eat it. Like if somebody would bring me a Chick-fil-A sandwich and was like, "Here, I got this for you,"
Well, I
I'm
didn't-
not going to be upset.
I didn't
but
know this
because
was
of
gonna
that,
be a
it gets bumped
filibuster.
down.
All right, but let me ask a follow-up question.
Yeah, get him.
Why did you eat it so much? Just because it was convenient?
Yeah.
Convenient.
It was only convenient. So
Correct.
then that means they were number 1 in the convenience category.
Oh,
Well,
ooh,
because I mean, it was that the burger place or the pizza place that
Okay.
that one Alex C. Cook does probably for the convenience factor, not because he necessarily loves it.
No, I disagree.
Here's where I would offer maybe just a little bit of
both then.
in case you did not do this, maybe you might have a slightly different feeling. Did you do the extra pickles?
No.
Okay, I think that's key. Extra. Dennis, are you an extra?
And-
are you an extra pickler?
Don't,
it's-
Sam. I mean,
it's a
can
good-
I answer
it's a
this
good
question?
sandwich.
I mean,
It's not
can
as good as
I'm a
Popeyes, though.
guest once a week, and I get like a total time of 4 minutes, maybe talk time. And
Well, it's about to go down to
I
3.5
was
for these
directed the
takes.
question. I'm a no pickles guy,
No pickle.
but
Okay.
add like barbecue sauce.
No, thank you.
Yeah, no, I'm out.
I wasn't asking y'all's opinion. I'm just telling.
Why don't we go with the actual Chick-fil-A sauce?
I don't.
Hot take. I've never tried
You never
the
tried it.
Chick-fil-A
See,
sauce. I might like it.
I don't
just
like-
never tried it.
I don't like sweet sauces. Mm-hmm. So because of
Is that
I'm out.
sweet?
It's honey mustard and barbecue sauce.
Is that what it is? I thought it was more like a
I
teriyaki.
thought it was like a Thousand Island.
No,
Yeah,
it's definitely not a
it's- no,
Thousand
it's-
Island. Yeah,
Okay.
it's not that.
Yeah, it's just it's too sweet for my liking.
Here's what I'm going to tell you. Here's why I think the Dairy Queen is really solid.
Gravy.
Good point.
They win in desserts.
They absolutely win the dessert
Oh,
game.
it's not even close.
But then the menu on the other side is you want Texas toast, you
Sure.
want chicken tenders,
Yeah.
you want. I think the
The
broad
pretzels?
the breadth of the, and then you have your meal, and then you go, oh wait, I still get to choose dessert. You know, like
And the burgers
all
are
the
good,
blizzards,
like-
all the. I just find, but I think that McDonald's is in the proper place because from a nostalgia standpoint, being at the center of pop culture for as long as they've been, I think they're still number one. But I will say we are blessed.
I think you're seeing some.
We are blessed to be partners with Wendy's, with Dairy Queen, and with McDonald's. So I'm happy that they are in the top five. Outside
We're
of
calling
number
you out in the now.
outside of number one. I feel pretty strongly about McDonald's as it pertains to me. But those other four, you could shuffle into about any order, and I think that would probably be, relatively accurate.
I'm not bad with the top five. I just think the order's wrong.
And the other thing is, I think McDonald's wins breakfast too with that. Even though Wendy's has a good breakfast. Wendy's breakfast is.
I've never had that.
That's what I'm saying. They're all
The breakfast Baconator's good.
They're all pretty strong. And then a new study as we get to break. Electrified cement could turn new buildings into giant batteries. I have long said the electric vehicle game will not be a real thing until they figure out how to charge the vehicle while it's driving down the road using solar. When they figure out how to make the paint on the exterior of cars a conductor for solar energy to power the engine, that's when it will be a viable platform. But you can tell they're taking a step toward pouring concrete that has electrical
charge the car
function
when you
in it.
drive, I guess?
Well, they're doing this with buildings first. So they're going to make concrete structures of this electrified concrete. The solar energy powers that, then that used to power the building.
Maybe this is. Don't we have an electrical engineer in the family, kind of here to be in the future? Maybe this is what this is what he could be.
Meet George Jetson.
So if they can do that with the concrete, they're going to be able to do that with the exterior of automobiles. And that is the tipping point to me. That's crossing the Rubicon. Once you get over there, then electrical vehicles are a thing. We got to get to a break. We'll come back. Got more on the way. Hang around here on In the Know.
This is Kentucky, where the only thing ordinary is the unexpected.
I got everything you need.
Horse country, legendary distilleries, rivers to paddle, lakes to splash and relax, big city vibes and small town charms. This is Kentucky. Come see for yourself. Plan your road trip at KentuckyTourism.com.
I got everything you need.
Okay, we are running a car drive right now to help veterans all across America. So if you have an old car, truck, or van, even a motorcycle or an RV sitting around, you can right now give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax donation. Plus, we'll even come and pick up your car for free. And all you've got to do is pick up your phone right now and make a free call. Now is the perfect time to do something good for the vets. Give back to the vets right now for all they've done for this country. And your old car can really help them. So call the Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now.
800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. That's 800-883-3024.
The Kentucky Department for Community-Based Services is hiring. DCBS invites you to be part of an inclusive team of caring professionals that helps all Kentucky families through a rewarding career in family support or social services. They have job openings in their county offices across the state and offer great benefits like hybrid work schedule, competitive salary, paid holidays, and many opportunities for training and promotions, plus state employee discounts. Go online to chfs.ky.gov and enter DCBS jobs in the search field. It's a new day at DCBS. Join them, an equal opportunity employer MFD.
K105 Weather is brought to you by Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
Twin Lakes weather. We'll see areas of drizzle and some scattered showers in the forecast throughout the day today as temperatures warm into the 70s for your highs. We'll watch the rain and the clouds clearing out as we head into tonight. Temperatures falling down into the 50s across the region. From the Wave News Storm Tracking Team, I'm meteorologist Tawana Andrew.
Did you know, in 1920, Babe Ruth out-homered every American League team?
What?
1920, Babe Ruth had more home runs than any other major league team.
Wow.
American League team.
See, I can see that. It shows how much the game's changed.
It's crazy.
Yep. So I don't remember the number, but it was a lot.
Well, now I got to give it a Google.
Okay, Mr. Collector aficionado over there. I need fair or foul on the following.
Okay.
Disney unveils a 100th anniversary Blu-ray box set boasting 100 classic movies. They are diving into the vault. They're pulling out Snow White, which is hard to find. Elemental, all the way to Elemental, their new one. In between Pinocchio, The Rescuers, The Little Mermaid, The Lion King, Cars, Frozen, Lightyear, Encanto, like a bunch of them. Sound worthy of collecting?
No.
No?
No, everything is digital. Everything will forever be digital. And if you buy this, in 5 years, you probably won't have anything to play it on.
But it has a crystal crown in there. It's got a really neat...
Now, granted, people will be buying this.
If
but
anybody
it will
would
be worthless.
If anybody would be buying it, it'd probably be more like you, being the Disney...
Well,
more the Disney backbone, though.
You would think. But I've not shared with Dennis the price.
Yeah, I read that this morning.
Because that's where I suddenly then was singing Dennis's song, Why Would I Want This on Hard Media when it's going to be forever available
on Disney
in
Plus?
digital?
Let me guess.
I'm not a vinyl collector. I'm not a CD collector. I'm not a, like, I've never, in my professional life, music has been a utility in a format of, it was utilitarian. We're playing records now. Now we're playing CDs.
Yes.
Now we're playing digital copies. I never was romantic about the idea of collecting the actual media that it's on.
It's not even that, like, it's a cool, I mean, it's a decent box, but it's not like it's something you would necessarily put on a shelf. It's not too...
Now, if this comes with like
artistic
soundtracks, if this comes with other collector things to go with each movie, that's a different story. What is this, $299?
It's pretty beefy, and you're a little bit off on your price. $1,500.
Would there be a price you would have paid for it? Would you have paid as $299?
Oh, yeah. I'd easily pay the $299.
I wouldn't have paid $299. I would not have. No, not even close.
Well, I don't know if you know the full depth of what... I mean, here you go. Research, and then as the collector... If you still say no to $299, then I certainly would believe
I still
you.
say no. What I would collect are like beta tapes or first run VHS of the early stuff, or laser disc, or something unique that is very hard to find, that is limited run.
You're just in a moment in time, though. You're just going back further in time to make it more valuable today. My point is that if everything is digital and hard copy media is going to be more valuable, it will take longer, but won't this be worth more 50 years from now?
Now that you tell me the price, yes.
Oh, I see. Because
limited people will pay that much for all of that. So
the barrier to entry is so high, consumption is going to be very low.
That's the way I see it.
Okay. Let me ask you this then, Mr. Collector.
Yeah.
They have found a long-lost X-Wing model from 1977 Star Wars that they used in the filming. It's a 1/24th scale miniature.
Oh, my goodness.
It was one of 4 created for filming close-ups.
Oh.
It is the Red Leader because of the top wings. You know when they say Red Leader, Red Leader.
Yeah.
And it also stood in during some shots for Red 5, the ship piloted by Luke. Red 2, piloted by Wedge Antilles. How much you going for this?
Oh, this is huge, man.
1 of 4.
So 1/24th. This, how big is, like? Because I don't know how big the actual ship. I mean, is this like a
1/24th probably like this?
Probably. I mean, that's a good way.
See,
to look at it.
I can't, like, I don't know how big. Knowing the
maybe a yard,
so it's
maybe 3 feet, 3 feet in total.
So
this is going for big money.
It's something you could display.
Absolutely, yeah.
This is going for big money. I don't know if I'm really good at this price.
$250,000.
No, that's low.
I don't
I'm
know the
saying
answer.
big money.
You got to go north of that.
I'm saying $5 million.
Oh no, believe it or not, they expect it starting at $400,000. So
you can easily get a couple of them in if you were thinking $5 million on your price.
If we don't know where the other three are, or they're sold, or they're destroyed, or whatever, this is from the 77?
Yeah,
movie?
1977.
My goodness.
Star Wars: A New Hope. What's technically episode 4.
Can't you just go buy a Lego version?
$400,000 starting.
Somebody's going to pay big money for that.
Starting. So October 14th and 15th, it's when it's being auctioned. So we'll try and pay attention and see how much Dennis has to pay for it.
Let's bid.
Congratulations on being the winning
bid.
bidder, Dennis.
Well, I mean, I was just saying, in essence, someone could pay.
Got to get to a break. We'll come back, finish it up for the morning here on In the Know.
The use of social media is now as common among parents as it is among children. Unfortunately, so are poor boundaries. In fact, it's so common for moms and dads to share personal information about their children online that there's a term for it. It's called sharenting. Social media can be a convenient and entertaining way to connect with others, but sharing private information about your children can leave them feeling embarrassed and cause them to distrust their relationship with you. With that in mind, here are a couple of suggestions to consider before posting something about your children. First, avoid sharing information online unless you'd feel comfortable with it being known publicly, because it will be. That includes your child's personal struggles, information about their location, or photographs, which anyone can copy from a social media account and use for their own questionable purposes. Second, consider giving your children the final say before sharing photos or personal information about them. One child may let you share almost anything, while another child, well, they may be a little more private. Mom and Dad, if you want your children to stay safe online, model good digital behavior yourself. Good boundaries not only protect your children from strangers, they protect your children's relationship with you. So before you post, pause and ponder what you should do. To help your children thrive, visit FocusOnTheFamily.com. I'm Jim Daly.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's Medi-Share. Maybe you've heard switching to Medi-Share to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for Medi-Share is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. Medi-Share works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 866-88-BIBLE. That's 866-88-BIBLE. 866-88-BIBLE.
This music is my healing. This music is my healing.
MB's point to ponder for today. Why do people look up when they think? Someone asks you a question and you say, you think you're looking up in your brain to find the answer, because that's where it is?
Yeah.
There are things you just react to because you immediately know the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But then someone asks, say, what year did such and such? And you go,
You look away for focus, like to get your mind off something and just like...
But where did we learn that? Because it's a very just human auto response.
I saw it a lot on Looney Tunes.
It's
Elmer Fudd.
As I proceeded to do that when you said it. Well, it's like the nod, when you see somebody that's different between a nod down and a nod up.
Mm-hmm.
Dennis, did you know that 80% of what I know about life came from Looney Tunes? I mean,
absolutely. Just 80? I mean, classical music. I mean,
opera.
Yeah. I mean, how to interact with people that you like.
High diving.
Hunting.
How to load powder guns.
Sure. Yes.
When rabbit season is.
Yeah, how to plant a carrot, how to pick a
when
carrot.
Duck season is. How to square dance.
Mm-hmm.
How to
absolutely
not capture a roadrunner, right?
Pull their beard and yank them down.
Know what you can buy from the Acme company. I mean, it's just all kinds
when
of-
and when not to go in a tunnel.
Absolutely, yeah.
Make sure it's not painted.
Just know all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah.
Is Alea in or out on it? I know you've gotten her a little bit.
Speaking of hard copy, you have to find those and buy them.
Yeah,
to watch the good
she's
ones.
in. When we get them, when we spend time with them, just belly laughing. There's just so much content that she's got access to now.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing about Looney Tunes. That's all we had to watch on Saturday morning. And so that's why, I mean, it is great content, but that's one of the reasons we love it so much is it was shared experience. That's what everyone was doing. That's what they were watching. But now it's just on demand. Anything you want to watch is a lot. Don't forget the Lyrics season 2 finale tonight on Fox. The MTV Video Music Awards are tonight.
Oh, boy.
The FX season 2 premiere of Welcome to Wrexham. It's a documentary.
Oh, yes.
So what can you tell me about this, Sam? Would I like this?
I mean, this is Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, I think is his name.
Yeah, McElhenney. Mm-hmm.
He's from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Ryan Reynolds obviously is in everything pretty much. And they bought a soccer club.
Right.
And this is, I think, like the story of them buying like a failing soccer club and how they've tried to like build it up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm semi-interested in it. I don't know that I'm necessarily going to go out of my way.
Will Ferrell, was he a part of that
He
as
is.
well?
He's like, they got a bunch of different ones, but I know McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds are like they're the two main owners.
In this particular season debut,
they're the Rebecca.
They are preparing to welcome King Charles, a visit from King Charles. So
interesting.
I was just wondering if I like Ted Lasso, would it be a short leap? Would I enjoy this content in a real life version of?
That's what I was going to ask. It is like a documentary of what really happened.
Yes. Yeah. It's not like a scripted.
And
it's not.
I mean, Ryan Reynolds is
or
funny,
anything.
and so is Rob.
And then today at noon, our time, noon Central, from the Steve Jobs Theater, we are going to get our first look at the iPhone 15 lineup.
I'm due for an upgrade.
You
so
do?
It's good.
Okay.
Yes, this
What do
one's
you
about
have?
4.5 years. This is an XR.
I qualify for one, but they're going to have to show me it's worth it. I've got a 12 to go to a 15.
I really think if you upgrade, you need to upgrade to the Pro Max only because of the camera.
Yep.
Because
Yeah,
the
that's-
other cameras
that's the
are
biggest
not
thing.
worth upgrading for the regular version.
We'll have Lady Cougar Soccer tonight, too. The match starts at 6. Senior night, though, will be streamed live by us at 5:30 as they take on Edmondson.
Today's highlight in history, Voyager 1, launched 36 years earlier, became the first man-made spacecraft to ever leave the solar system. That was this date 10 years ago, 2013.
Oh, okay.
Birthdays today, Linda Gray is 83, Nina Blackwood is 71, Angel Cabrera is 54, Josh Hopkins, fellow Kentuckian, is 53 today, brother to Shea Hopkins. Jennifer Nettles is 49 today from, what's she in Sugarland?
Yeah,
And then She
Sugarland.
plays Amy Lee on Righteous Gemstones. Ruben Studdard is 45. Jennifer Hudson is 42. Freddie Freeman is 34. Kelsey Ballerini is 30 today. You notice I did include Freddie Freeman. I didn't really want to, but.
Well,
you
he's
gotta-
buddies with Rizzo. They're buddies.
Why'd you have to ruin Freddie Freeman?
Richard Gatling is
Yeah,
dating
great guys.
1818. Jesse Owens in 1913. Ella Mae Morse in 1924. George Jones in 1931. Barry White in 1944. Peter Scolari in 1955. Paul Walker in 1973.
Oh, yeah. Fast and Furious.
Let's go to
Golf
chart
course
numbers.
named after him in Bowling Green.
Kind of what I was thinking.
Is it named after, or who is Paul? Is it some just...
It's been
Paul-
named
I was
that a
gonna
long
say.
time.
And I think from what I heard, Trey Cook played really well there.
That's his best so far this year.
Maybelline Chuck Berry in 55.
Maybelline.
Maybelline, why can't you be true? All right, let's go. We're going to run out of time on Chart Toppers.
Oh, you gotta hit this one.
The Animals.
Oh, come on.
The Animals.
Come on, Chart Topper
Good
Machine.
on the drum set.
The Animals.
There
The
you
House
go.
of the Rising Sun in 64.
Hot
Tony-
take, I don't like this song.
What?
Tony Orlando and Don. Hot take, nor do I. Tony Orlando and Don say, has anybody seen My Sweet Gypsy Road in
How do
73?
you all not like this song?
Gypsy Rose.
Did you like
Chicago,
that 90s country?
Hard to say
Garbage?
I'm sorry in 82.
Drop it, Sam.
Motown Philly, Boyz II Men in 91.
That's
Doesn't
what
really
I'm talking
matter.
about.
Janet Jackson in 2000. Kings of Leon, Use Somebody in 09. Girls
good
Like
one,
You,
too.
Maroon 5 in 2018.
Wow.
Dennis, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
I know
Thanks
you,
for having
you and
me.
Sam have been into it most of the show.
Yeah, and
over
I
various
don't want
things.
people to get the wrong idea. We're really best friends, but
Okay. You are going to hug after the show because it's hug and high five.
best friends.
MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today.
Go with a nice
Buddies.
air five.
Fred and Barney.
There never was a good war or bad peace. There
Fred
never
Barney.
was a good war or bad peace. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. Remember, God loves you, and I do too. If you don't know Jesus, let me know, and I'll introduce you. Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow for another edition of our show. For Dennis Cook, for Sam Gormley, I'm MB, and now you're in the know.
Powering through the Twin Lakes with the best mix of music, news, weather, and fun. If it's in the